So next we have Conor says he's coming back to the UFC. That has to be in a stadium.
I don't believe him.
Should he just give it up already? Why isn't the UFC held an event in a stadium? And then Conor says, well, he still has 2 fights left on his contract, so he's in negotiations right now. Believe it or not believe it?
Well, now that you say he has 2 fights left on his contract.
That is confirmed.
Okay, so that's confirmed. And, you know, you bind to fight on a contract, and, you know, Conor has a good relationship with the UFC and Dana White and stuff like that. So I don't see him like burning the UFC. But think about his last fight. He had like a real bad injury, and I know he's come back from it and everything. But you know, that's why I asked Jorge right here. You know, I say, hey, if you made $30 million for a fight, how many times would you fight? And Jorge's like, man, I fight as much as I can. Me too. I probably would too. But some people are like, man, you know, you know like how hard a training camp is? Do you know how hard a fight is? So most fighters, most MMA fighters, if they made $30 million, like they're retired, they're done. Like, I'm done. And they'll go, if they're smart enough, they'll go invest the money and make the money work for them, stuff like that. The last thing they'll be thinking about is putting their body through that stress and through that pain. I think that MMA is the hardest sport on the planet.
I don't think anybody would disagree. It's also the most probably life-threatening, just for the damage you get later on in life.
No, boxing is boxing is more dangerous.
Yeah,
more boxers die than MMA.
Let's just say combat sports are probably the toughest things to do for your body.
But I say being an MMA fighter is second toughest job on the planet. I say number 1 is being a soldier, where you put your life at risk, where you can get shot and stuff on the war.
I agree. So do you think that Conor still has the fight in him though?
I think Conor is a natural fighter. He has it in him. I don't think Conor is I don't think he's one of those fighters I call like the athletes that was a fan of the sport. I think Conor is a true fighter. I've seen him. And, you know, the kid got excellent hands, and he's an excellent fighter and stuff like that. But I just feel like, with all due respect, that nigga too rich.
You don't have the same work ethic, or you don't have the same will to want to go win and fight. You think when you get that much money,
it's hard to get out of bed when you sleep in
like Rocky,
silk pajamas.
Yeah. Who said that? Tarver,
No.
Bernard Hopkins,
No.
Roy Jones Jr.
No.
Someone said that, right? A famous boxer. Who said that?
Hitman Hearns, I think.
Oh, okay.
I thought
it was James Toney. No, yeah, maybe Hitman.
Yeah, I think it was Hitman.